birth control for people on welfare. There is a huge problem in Western developed countries, in our socialized states, of professional baby mommies. Okay, I live in currently I'm staying in a small town in rural Nova Scotia. Won't say which one, but there is an epidemic here. There's an epidemic of young women who realize that there's no job opportunities for them here. There's no way for them to make any kind of, they don't have any skill sets, even if there were job opportunities in this small specific region. And they learn that by having more babies on welfare, you can live a securely comfortable life for yourself. So essentially, our welfare system incentivizes having 4 babies and getting baby bonuses and being on welfare. You know, if you have 4 or 5 kids, and you're a single mother, chances are you're going to have more money in your pocket than if you had no kids and you just worked a regular, minimum wage or poorly paid job. So this is actually career opportunity. This is a thing that people do. This needs to be we need to stop this from happening, because this is severely damaging to the fabric of society. And what I propose is incentivized birth control for those on welfare, and penalization for those who get pregnant on welfare. Now this becomes a very tricky situation, because now it's just not a case of an individual and their individual actions anymore. Now you're considering a person that's bringing other people into the world, and any policy that you have towards that person reflects on the quality of life of the children that they have, which is the catch-22. It's the reason why this whole situation has happened in the first place, is because you want, single mothers, you want the children of single mothers to be able to live comfortably and, have a fair shot at upbringing. So you make more resources available to them. Unfortunately, it creates a incentive to just get pregnant and get money from the government to have babies. And the thing is, like I've mentioned before, we have a dwindling population in Western culture, or a population that's less than replacement rate. So you might be saying, well, if we're less than replacement rate, what's the problem with, a baby mama having 5 babies and getting money from the government to do it, if we're, going to take people from other places to try and make up the difference? The problem is that the type of person that's going to make the choice to have 4 or 5 babies so that they can live off welfare is probably not the type of person that you want raising the next generation of people and instilling their ideals and a morality and their principles on the world, on another generation of people. I believe that if you are on social assistance, and you should get a small increase in your social assistance if you can be shown to be using regular contraception. or birth control, or whatever that happens to be, your form of birth control. Now people might say that is the government interfering with, well, yes, it is. I'm sorry, it is. You're on welfare. You are not in the position to be making demands of the expectation of what the government expects of you. If you weren't on welfare in the first place, there wouldn't be anything being required of you. And secondly, it is wholly irresponsible to have babies when you are on welfare. There is no excuse for having babies when you're on welfare. Okay? So like I said, I don't think people should be denied the most basic living expenses if they refuse to participate in some kind of birth control. But I think that there should be some kind of incentive for people that are on birth control and do practice birth control. Consequently, I think there should be some kind of penalty for people that do get pregnant while they're on welfare. Now, the idea behind giving people more money because they have kids, and the idea behind not penalizing people that have a whole bunch of kids on welfare is that, well, if you penalize the people that have kids on welfare, that will hurt the kids. At the end of the day, it's the kids that are important. It's you're not doing this for the welfare mom, you're doing this for the kids. Fair enough. Totally get that. But we can build a system in which the children receive all the benefits of, their existence, and significantly limit the benefits of the parents. Programs such as lunch programs at schools, to feed kids as opposed to writing the parents a check. Things like providing money specifically for a specific thing. All right. Don't just hand these women with the 4 kids on welfare a check that they can cash and deposit and do whatever they want with. No, there is money that's allocated for school supplies. There's money that's allocated for clothing for children. There's money that is allocated for food for kids. Now, that's not to say that the mother couldn't steal all the kids' food and pig out and feed them nothing. But I mean, money for housing. Have public housing for people that happen to do that, and just try and build a system where the benefits are being funneled towards the kids, not the parent. The parent should not get a check for $3,000 or $2,500 every, how often they get every month or whatever, and get to spend that on whatever they want, because they will buy that kid junk food. They will buy that kid Sally Ann hand-me-down clothes. They will not pay attention to the kid, not worry about what the kid needs. They will spend that money on whatever they want to spend it on to make them happy, and spend the absolute bare minimum on those kids, and yeah, just enough to keep them alive. And I see this happen. I see this happen all over the place in this town. That needs to stop.